Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome back to PPS Lab session. Last week, we looked at practicals related to structures, right? So we had gone for a very basic program related to structure. Then we created a structure for person having 5 people details and printing that data. We had also gone for student record and printed 10 student records. And the 51 also, just time structure, which contains members like hour, minute, and second. We didn't touch this program, 50-second program, and at that time I told you this is somewhat complex one. So let's go through this program today, and let us complete all the programs related to structures now. So today we are targeting only one program, and I'm going to write this program. I'm going to explain this entire program to you, and then you will do it by yourself. You will repeat the same program. So we'll be done with 53 programs, and later programs are related to pointers, very basic programs related to pointer like printing the address and swapping two values. Well, swapping two values we have already completed. Printing the address of character and all, right? So that will be later part. So today we will see only one program, 50-second program, and now let us discuss what it says. We directly jump to the coding environment here, and we'll see what this program wants us to complete. So it says define a structure called cricket. Okay, we have to write a program, or we have to define a structure called cricket. So let me have that structure here, struct cricket. Okay, so we have created one structure, cricket here. Then it says we'll describe the following information. So in that thing, we need to have player name, team name, and batting average. So it should have 3 members inside. So inside this structure, we are going to have, let's say, player name. So that needs to be character array. So let us call it P name and the character array. The name is going to be, let's say, 20 characters long. Second, we require team name. So let us have T name also of 20 size. So 2 members. And the third one, it says batting average. So let us have a float member B average, BAVG. So these are the 3 members of the cricket data, cricket structure. Then it says using cricket, declare an array. Okay, we need to have an array of this structure, and the array name is also given player with 50 elements inside. So let us declare one variable player, and it is going to be of 50 elements inside. Okay, 50 elements. And then it says write a C program to read the information. Okay, so we need to take 50 player details, and all those details will contain player name, team name, and average. So it says information about all the 50 players and print team-wise listing. Now forget about team-wise right now. It says print the players' data. So let us take those values and print it on the output screen first. Then we will focus on team-wise list. Okay. So just to make this execution short, at present, I'm going to say, let us have only 3 players. Now, if my entire program works for 3, then it will also work for 50 students, right? So that's how we will initially go for less number of players, and if it works properly, then later on we can make it 50, we can make it 500, anything. Right? So let me have this thing first. Let's go through the program and write a code to take those values from user. Okay. Um, yeah, Ajay is asking one query. In 50th program, we need to print the date of joining, like 20/10/20. Sir, how it can be possible? Well, Ajay, it is just a printing part. Let's go through this program. I'll show you that thing here. Okay, let us take these values and print it. Then we'll discuss your printing part. Okay. So we need one loop control variable also, I, and then we simply go for having all the data. So we say, please enter layer details. Okay, and then we are going to write a loop, for loop, I equals to 0, I less than. Now currently we are going for 3 players. Now you all know that we can define that thing here. Let's go for defining it. Hash define capital N become B3. So I can have that constant N here, and I can use that constant anywhere within my program. So later on, I just need to change the constant N, and my entire program will work properly. तो यहाँ पे मैं 3 को 5 भी कर सकता हूँ, 50 भी कर सकता हूँ, 500 भी कर सकता हूँ. My entire program will work accordingly. Okay. So yeah, we run a loop, and inside the loop we say, okay, let's take person player name first. Player %d. So it's gonna be player 1. Okay. Let's have proper formatting /n, and then we are going to ask name. Okay, name, and then we will scan that value from user. Name is going to be the string, so %s, and what we want is we want to have player of I. Player is my array of structure. The player of I will be one structure dot. We need to have p name. Okay, so dot p name. Okay, now what we want is just like player name, we want team name and average. So player 1, then here player name, team name, and the batting average. Okay, so this is going to be P name, and this is going to be B AVG. So that will get all the values, right? It is going to take all the values from user. So player 1, player name, team name, batting average. Then player 2, player name, team name, batting average. Then player 3, player name, team name, batting average. And this is going to run 3 times, right? So that's going to take all the values. Now let us print those data in some. Let's print it in a tabular form right now. Okay, so first one is going to be, let me have team name first here. T name, then P name, player name, and then batting average, right? And if we want to print it in a table format, let us have a decoration to table. look, this is just a decoration. It is not necessary part. Okay. So this is going to become my header row. Lesson, new line. Once lesson, then new line, and then I'm going to print this data. Okay, so same loop, but what we will do here is we are going to have a single printf, and inside that, first one percentage s for team name plus t, second percentage s for player name slash t, and then percentage point to f for average, batting average, right? So what we need here, first of all, we need team name, comma. Second, we need a player name, comma. And third one, we need batting average. So we are going to print these players. We'll remove lesson from there and include lesson here. And then let us complete that entire table. Okay. So we'll have number of rows here for every player. Now coming back to Ajay, your query. In that 50th program, it was 51st program, I think, time related. So you were having hours, minutes, and seconds, right? So just like T name, P name, and batting average, you have total number of hours, minutes, and seconds. So similar kind of printf statement you need to write. जहाँ पे मैं ये स्लैश टी लिख रहा हूँ जस्ट टू हैव सम स्पेस इन बिटवीन, यहाँ पे आप स्लैश या तो फिर कॉलन कर दोगे. Okay, so it is just a printing format like 20, then let's say 15 minutes and 45 seconds. So this is just a printing format: hours, colon, minute, colon, second. So second, right? So इसके लिए आपको तो सिर्फ printf ही लिखना है, proper printf. That's going to be printf percentage d colon percentage d colon percentage d. That's it. अब वो दोनों ये तीनों वैल्यू कहाँ से आएगी? It will come from your structure variable s dot hours, s dot min, s dot second. So this kind of printf statement you have to write in your time related program. Okay, I believe I'm clear with this one. Yeah, and yeah, you correctly pointed out in scanf when we are scanning the average, it should be percentage f here. So name is string, player name and team name is string, batting average is float value. Okay, so let us save this thing and check it out if this is going to print properly or not. Okay, so let me run this code here. Yeah, we have few problems. Let's find it out. It says format specifies float pointer. Okay, in scanf, look, string variable does not require ampersand sign, but integer, float, character variables does require ampersand sign here. Okay, so let me save it and again run the code. Yeah, so that works properly now. Let us insert those three player details. Player 1A, team name, let's say A, batting average 87. Now multiple slash n's are there, so I need to remove these lesson. We'll do that thing. Second player is B. Team name is A. Average is 66. Third player is C. Team name something different, and average is 77. And this is what the output is. Yeah. So this is the output we have received, where we say team name. First column is team name. Second column is player name, and the third column is average. So it prints properly, right? So we don't have any problem with that now. Let me remove this unnecessary lesson here. Yeah, okay. So what this program was asking us, it says एक 50 player, अगर ये 3 player पे work करता है तो 50 player पे भी work करेगा. So we need not to be bother of that thing right now. So it says take 50 players and print those data back. तो हमने data get किया और data print किया. Okay. Now we need to focus on the complex part. It says print team-wise list containing names of players with their batting average. So अब हमें क्या करना है? Team wise ये players को print करना है. Okay, we have to go for team wise printing. We don't want to print it in a table format. What we want is we need to print all the players related to team 1 first, then team 2, then team 3, and so on. So what it says, you print team name only once. Under the heading of team name, you print only the player name and average. Under the heading of team name, you print player name and batting average. That's what it says. So it says something like, what we do is we print team name first. Okay. We print team name and then we print player and average. Now, what I want is this average I want to print inside a bracket like this way. Now, this is just a format of printing that thing. So let's do it like this way. So what happens if I do this thing right now? Let us run this code and see what happens. Player 1 is A, team is India, and average is 88. Then player 2 is B. Okay, team is Australia, and let's say batting average is 67. Then player 3 is C, team India, and batting average 66. So what we have done right now, we printed a team name and then the player. Again a team name and a player, and then team name and player. But triple A and triple C, both these players are from Team India, right? So it says you combine these two players in a single place, print it according to the team name. So ये team name का heading एक ही बार आना चाहिए और उसके अंदर जितने भी players Team India के हैं वो print हो जाने चाहिए. वो कहीं पे भी हो वो यहाँ पे print हो जाना चाहिए. Then we go for next team and we print all the players. So that's what we want actually. That's what we want. So anyone can provide any idea what we should do here? Let me show you that thing one more time. Instead of having /n, let us have /t. Okay. Just try to think what we should do here. This is what we print right now. And we want to combine this third player and first player before we print Australia. If we have started printing Indian players, then we want to find out all Indian players and print it together. That's what we want. So what do you suggest? What we should do here? Yeah, Ajay is saying we can we use if else? Well, we can, but if else will only decide whether you want to print this or not. It is not going to combine first and third player in one place. You have to understand output window. Output window is just a window, line by line process. You have printed first line, then you have printed second line, and then you have printed third line. आपको करना ये है कि ये थर्ड लाइन सेकंड लाइन में प्रिंट होना चाहिए और सेकंड लाइन थर्ड लाइन पे प्रिंट होना चाहिए. But here you are running your loop which access all the members one by one. So जब आप सेकंड एलिमेंट पे पहुंचे हो आपको नहीं पता है कि अगर कोई इंडिया वाला होगा या नहीं होगा. So actually we have to find out all Indian players, gather all Indian players at one place and then print it. That's what we need to do. Or we need to go for searching process. We have to search how many players are from India. Then again, we need to go for second search, how many players are from Australia, and so on. So multiple search processes we have to do, right? So what do you propose here? Both ways are means we can go for depending on the requirement and whatever you understand clearly. Let me again clarify. अगर 10 प्लेयर हैं आपके पास और 10 प्लेयर में से 4 इंडिया के हैं, 2 ऑस्ट्रेलिया के हैं, 3 श्रीलंका के हैं एंड सो ऑन, एंड यू डोंट नो कि भाई वो इंडिया के प्लेयर्स कौन सी इंडेक्स पे हैं, वो कहीं पे भी हो सकते हैं, राइट, इनसाइड योर एरे. तो आपको ये करना होगा कि आपको पूरा एरे सर्च करना पड़ेगा एंड यू हैव टू फाइंड आउट कौन कौन से प्लेयर इंडिया के हैं. अगर पूरा एरे सर्च करना है तो लीनियर सर्च वी हैव सीन, एक लूप चलाओ स्टार्टिंग से एंड तक एंड सर्च योर एलिमेंट. जैसे ही टीम नेम इंडिया मिलता है आप प्रिंट कर दोगे. नाउ सेम प्रोसेस यू हैव टू रिपीट. आप सेम प्रोसेस फिर से रिपीट करोगे ऑस्ट्रेलिया के लिए, थर्ड टाइम आप सेम प्रोसेस रिपीट करोगे श्रीलंका के लिए, एंड सो ऑन. एंड यू नीड टू हैव अ लिस्ट ऑफ टीम्स ऑल्सो. आपको नहीं पता है कि पूरे एरे के अंदर 2 टीम है, मीन्स टीम नेम है या 5 टीम नेम है, कितने हैं, तो उसके लिए भी एक सर्च ऑपरेशन करना पड़ेगा. पूरे एरे के अंदर आप पहले तो ये डिफाइन करने जाओगे कि कितनी यूनिक टीम्स इसके अंदर हैं, राइट. सो यू हैव टू लिस्ट टीम नेम्स सेपरेटली. सो वन वे इज दिस, आप पहले पूरे एरे के अंदर से कितनी यूनिक टीम है वो निकाल के लेके आओ. उसके बाद जितनी भी यूनिक टीम है वो हर एक टीम के लिए एक एक करके आप प्लेयर सर्च करके लेके आओ एंड देन यू प्रिंट इट. So this is one way. Second way, what if we sort this entire array based on team name? हमें ये नहीं पता है कि इंडिया के प्लेयर्स कहाँ कहाँ पे है, ऑस्ट्रेलिया के प्लेयर्स कहाँ कहाँ पे है. अगर आपको पता नहीं है तो आप क्या करोगे, पूरे एरे को टीम नेम से सॉर्ट कर दो. Now when you go for sorting process, it is going to combine those players. इंडिया के प्लेयर एक साथ रख देगा, ऑस्ट्रेलिया के प्लेयर एक साथ रख देगा, श्रीलंका के प्लेयर एक साथ रख देगा, बिकॉज वी हैव सॉर्टेड दैट एरे बेस्ड ऑन अ टीम नेम. सो पहले जो प्रॉब्लम था हमें The problem was we don't know where all the players are. तो वो प्रॉब्लम सॉर्टिंग से सॉल्व हो जाएगा. अब सारे प्लेयर इकट्ठा होके एक जगह पे आ जाएंगे. ऑस्ट्रेलिया के प्लेयर सबसे पहले होंगे, इंडिया के प्लेयर्स उसके बाद होंगे, बिकॉज बेस्ड ऑन टीम नेम अगर हम सॉर्ट करते हैं तो ए पहले आएगा, आई बाद में आएगा, राइट, एंड सो ऑन. सो लेट अस गो फॉर सॉर्टिंग प्रोसेस, क्योंकि हमें सॉर्ट कैसे करना है वो पता है. वी नो बबल सॉर्ट, सिलेक्शन सॉर्ट, इंसर्शन सॉर्ट, मर्ज सॉर्ट, क्विक सॉर्ट एंड सो ऑन, करेक्ट. So what we are going to do is, before printing all these players, जहाँ पे इंडिया ऑस्ट्रेलिया अलग अलग जगह पे पड़े हैं, हम पहले उसको सॉर्ट कर लेंगे. So let us go and sort this entire array. So I'm going to sort player array based on team name. We are going to sort this players array based on team name. And just to have few more idea, instead of 3 players, let us go for 5 players. So that we can have more than 2 teams also. Okay. So let's understand how we can sort an array of structures. Now, before focusing on array of structures, let us say that I want to sort an array. What is the process? Then it should be very simple. Let me show you. In lecture part, when we were discussing array, we looked at different array sorting techniques, right? We have seen bubble sort, we have seen selection sort, we have seen insertion sort, and so on. So you can take any one of these. Let me take bubble sort example. So I simply copy that code and print it here. Okay. So this is the code which actually sort the number array ARR. अब नंबर एरे की जगह पे हमारे पास क्या है, हमारे पास प्लेयर एरे है which is of cricket. Fine, we'll make few changes, required changes here. So let us focus. I equals to 0, I less than n minus 1, so n is already defined, we don't have any problem. So I equals to 0, I less than n minus 1, I plus plus. J equals to 0. Okay, we need one more loop control variable j, so let me declare it. J. So j equals to 0, j less than n minus I minus 1, j plus plus, that is also okay. Then we compare two consecutive numbers from the array. यहाँ पे आप दो नंबर कंपेयर करते थे. अब यहाँ पे हमें क्या कंपेयर करना है? We need to compare team name, क्योंकि we want to sort this array based on team name. तो हमें team name को compare करना होगा, correct? We have to compare team names here. So jth team name को j plus 1 team name के साथ compare करूँगा. Now these two things we want to compare. Now team name is not a number, it is a character array. So it is actually a string. अगर हमें string compare करनी हो तो हम क्या कर सकते हैं? Tell me. What should I do if I want to compare two strings? What do you think? What should we do here? अगर दो string को compare करना हो, yeah. Ajay is saying use strcomp. It's CMP, strcmp function from string.h file. Now, what I believe is only Ajay is attending this lab. How about others? Where are you guys? किसी को कोई query नहीं, कोई answer नहीं, nothing on your side, कोई जवाब भी नहीं दे रहा है. Yeah, so what should we do here? We need to use string.h file. So let us include that thing first. Include string.h file so that we can use strcmp function to compare two strings. So मैं क्या करूँगा? I'm going to use strcmp function and I'm going to pass two string variables here. So we will use strcmp instead of these number comparisons at this place. Right? Now, what will be the result of strcmp? ये comparison function क्या return करेगा? Look, in lab, you can unmute yourself and speak because we have limited students. So anyone can answer. strcmp क्या return करेगा? Yeah, Ajay is saying which one is greater. No, not exactly. strcmp will always return a number, and that number may be positive, negative or zero. अगर दोनों string same है तो वो zero return करेगा, which means strcmp is going to return the difference between these two strings. और वो डिफरेंस एक्चुअल में डिफरेंस होगा जो कैरेक्टर मिसमैच होता है उसकी आस्की वैल्यू का डिफरेंस मिलेगा आपको. जो कैरेक्टर मिसमैच होगा वो दोनों कैरेक्टर की आस्की वैल्यू का डिफरेंस जो है वो आपको मिलेगा. अगर दोनों स्ट्रिंग सेम है तो डिफरेंस जीरो. सो इफ बोथ दीज स्ट्रिंग्स आर इक्वल then it is going to return zero. If first string is greater than second one, then it will return something positive. And if first string is less than second one, then it is going to return some negative value. So what was the earlier condition? अगर पहला number दूसरे number से बड़ा है, that is our requirement, तो हम swap करते हैं, right? So what we need here, if first team name is greater than second team name, तो हमें swap करना है. अगर वो greater है तो इसका difference जो है वो positive मिलेगा. So if string comparison answer is greater than zero, that's going to be our condition. If that comparison is greater than zero, then we are going to swap those two things. Now हम किसको swap करते हैं? Array of j and array of j plus 1 को swap करते हैं. So at this place it is going to be, instead of array it is going to be player of j and player of j plus 1. Player of j and player of j plus 1, ये structure variables को हम swap करेंगे. Okay. Now to swap those elements, we have used a temporary variable. Now this temporary variable should also be the type of structure. So ये TMP को मैं declare कर दूँ ऊपर. So let me have TMP variable of structure type. Okay. And now we don't have any error at this place. We can swap those two structure variables with the help of this temporary variable here. Okay. So now it is going to swap those elements of the array. And that's it. We have sorted our entire array of structures based on the team name. Now, Janisha is asking, can't return character instead of ASCII value instead? Okay. No, that's what the definition of strcmp is. String.h file के अंदर जो function define किया हुआ है strcmp, it has positive, negative or zero value as a return type. It cannot return a character. क्योंकि अगर कैरेक्टर रिटर्न करना है तो आप दो कैरेक्टर मिसमैच होंगे तो आप रिटर्न कौन सा करोगे? स्ट्रिंग 1 का कैरेक्टर रिटर्न करोगे या स्ट्रिंग 2 का कैरेक्टर रिटर्न करोगे? So there is an ambiguity. दोनों स्ट्रिंग के एक एक कैरेक्टर मिसमैच हुए, तो कैरेक्टर कौन सा रिटर्न करेंगे, वी डोंट नो, बट वी हैव अ डिफरेंस, वो दोनों कैरेक्टर का डिफरेंस हमारे पास है, तो हम डिफरेंस रिटर्न कर सकते हैं. या ओके, so what we have done here, we have sorted those array elements players based on team name. Let us check it out first. पहले हम वो चेक करते हैं कि exactly वो क्या हुआ. So player one, player name. Let me have triple A. Now we are going to have 5 players here, okay? And the team is India. Then second player B, team is Australia. Then third player C, again team is India, okay? Fourth player D, team is Australia. And fifth player E, team is, let's say, England, okay, and print it. So I have given randomly players coming from India, Australia, and England. But when I go and print those players, now I have those players gathered at a same place. First 2 players are from Australia, third player is from England, and last 2 players are from India. So based on team name, मैंने इनको sort कर लिया. तो अब मेरे लिए ये आसान रहेगा. I'll start from the first player, और first player अगर ऑस्ट्रेलिया से है तो कंजिक्यूटिव बाकी के प्लेयर्स भी ऑस्ट्रेलिया से ही रहेंगे बिकॉज इट इज सॉर्टेड. तो नेक्स्ट प्लेयर जो भी आ रहे हैं उसकी टीम में प्रिंट नहीं करूंगा. आई एम नॉट गोइंग टू प्रिंट द टीम नेम. मैं फिर से टीम नेम तभी प्रिंट करूंगा जब कोई नई टीम आती है. ऑस्ट्रेलिया से इंग्लैंड चेंज हो गया तो इंग्लैंड को प्रिंट करेंगे. इंग्लैंड से इंडिया चेंज हो गया तो इंडिया को प्रिंट करेंगे. लेकिन इंडिया से इंडिया ही रहा तो फिर से इंडिया प्रिंट नहीं करूंगा. राइट? सो दैट काइंड ऑफ कंडीशन नाउ वी कैन राइट व्हेन वी प्रिंट दिस प्रिंट टीम नेम. सो अब हम ये printf जो है इसको एक इफ कंडीशन में डाल सकते हैं, whether we want to print this or not. Right? Something like this way. And we'll have some condition at this place. We'll define what should be that condition, but अब आपको ये थोड़ा समझ में आ सकता है कि what we will do is based on some condition we will print the team name, otherwise we simply print the player name and average. तो अब मैं यहाँ पे स्लैशन कर दूँ, right? And when we are going for printing a team name, let us have that formatting. You all know that, right? Slash then my team name. So every team name will have a heading like this. Then there will be a player name. जैसे ही दूसरी टीम आएगी तो कुछ इस तरह से आपको हेडिंग मिल जाएगी, and then you'll have player names. Okay? I need to go for double quote here. Okay. So team name will be printed as a heading. Player names will be printed just like normal players. So that's what we want. Now we need to define some condition at this place. हमें क्या करना है? Look, when we start, पहली टीम नेम तो हमें कुछ चेक करने से पहले ही प्रिंट कर देनी है. ऑस्ट्रेलिया विदाउट चेकिंग एनीथिंग वी हैव टू प्रिंट इट. तो मैं ये बोल सकता हूँ कि इफ आई इज 0, इफ आई इज डबल इक्वल्स टू 0, देन डेफिनेटली आई वांट टू प्रिंट दिस टीम नेम. तो ये तो हो गया मेरा. ओके, सो इफ आई इज 0 तो पहली टीम का नाम मैंने प्रिंट कर दिया, एंड देन I print that ith player name. Then I go for I++, दूसरा player print किया, I++, तीसरा player print किया. But when I go for third player, वहाँ पे चेंज हुआ. What happened here? वहाँ पे ये जो टीम है वो चेंज हुई. So at this place, I need to have some more condition here. If I is 0, तो मुझे ये print करना है. Or I should have one more condition. अगर I 0 नहीं है तो कुछ और भी check करूँगा. Right? So I need to check one more condition here. And that should define कि भाई ये जो current ith team name है, current team name जो है ith team name, तो वो आपको मिलेगा player of I team name से. This current team name we have to check with previous team name. आगे की पिछली team name से अगर वो अलग है तो हमें ये print करना होगा. अगर पिछली टीम से ये करंट टीम नहीं है तो हमें प्रिंट करना है. So we can do something like let's compare ith team name with I -1 team name. ये दोनों को चलो हम कंपेयर करते हैं. तो it's going to be string compare. अब ये दोनों अगर सेम है तो डिफरेंस 0 आएगा. दोनों सेम नहीं है तो डिफरेंस कुछ ना कुछ नेगेटिव या पॉजिटिव होगा. सो इफ दिस डिफरेंस is not equals to 0, then we want to print it. Now I have one doubt here. I'm confused because if I is 0, so I minus 1 -1 हो जाएगा, and we cannot have negative number as a index value, right? We cannot have negative index. So I have a doubt if this gets a problem. But I want to take one chance because अगर पहली condition ही true हो गई और ये if अंदर चला जाता है, then it is not going to give me any error, right? So let us save this code, and now I'm going to run that code here. So let's input all the values. A, India, B, Australia, C, again India, D, let's have England, and E, Australia. So it's worked, right? जैसे कि मैंने बताया, अगर पहली कंडीशन ट्रू मिलते ही ये इफ अंदर चला जाएगा तो मुझे कोई एरर नहीं आएगी. लेकिन यू नीड टू बी श्योर, अगर ये i इक्वल्स टू 0 नहीं होता कंडीशन, तो i -1 फॉर द फर्स्ट टाइम will become negative index and that will create a problem. But हमें यहाँ पे problem नहीं हुआ and we achieved what we want. With heading Australia, ऑस्ट्रेलिया के जितने भी प्लेयर्स थे हमने एक साथ प्रिंट किए, B and E. Then with heading England, इंग्लैंड के जितने प्लेयर्स थे हमने प्रिंट किए. And then with the heading of India, we have printed Indian players here. And that's what we wanted, right? That is the requirement of this entire program. Team wise, we have printed all the players. And the complex part here was, look, if you can sort any array, then you can also sort structure array. And this is how we sorted that array first to gather all common team players, and then we go for printing part. When we were printing, we have printed team name only once, right? That's all. So this is the 50-second program from your practical list, and on the right side you see the output. Now just to make it 50 elements, I just need to make this n equals to 50 and done. सेव करके रन करूंगा तो ये मुझे मेरे पास से 50 प्लेयर की डिटेल मांगेगा एंड देन बेस्ड ऑन टीम नेम वो 50 प्लेयर को प्रिंट कर देगा. and that's going to be your final result. Well, that's all from my side. If you have any query, then you may ask. Please post your enrollment number in the chat box so that your attendance will also be recorded. And after that, you go and write your program, same program. जब आप ये प्रोग्राम बनाते हो तो स्टेप बाय स्टेप जाइए. पहले स्ट्रक्चर डिफाइन करो, डेटा गेट करो, देन डेटा प्रिंट करो एज इट इज, नो चेंज. जैसे गेट किया वैसे ही प्रिंट कर लो. इतना कोड चेक कर लो. इफ दैट वर्क्स, देन यू गो फॉर सॉर्टिंग योर एंटायर एरे. सॉर्ट करने के बाद रन करो, प्रिंट करो और चेक करो कि टीम नेम से ये सॉर्ट हुआ कि नहीं. अगर वो टीम नेम से सॉर्ट हो गया है, देन you go for printing team name only once, conditional printing, and that will be the end of your program. Okay, so any questions or query? We are targeting only one program today. You just need to complete this one program and you are done. Pointer related programs we will do in the next lab. Yeah, Janisha is asking syllabus for second mid. Well, your second mid is starting, I think, about 21 or 22nd of July, right? We still have plenty of time. What I plan is I plan to have all the units from array up to dynamic memory allocation, the unit that we have completed today. Okay, but final syllabus I'm going to post as a PDF file, second mid-sem syllabus PDF file in your group before the examination. Okay. Yeah, so I'm going to stop this recording now and you start working on your program.